A Big Ben chime on Brexit Day blasted by Remoaners who label it biggest act of self-HRM. A Big Ben chime to mark Britain's departure from the European Union has been blasted by Remoaners that have declared the biggest act of economic self-HRM should not be marked, it has emerged. Eloise Todd, the chief executive of Best for Britain, stated that she feels the public mood is shifting away from Brexit and that those who do not want to leave the bitter bloc don't have to. She said, "It doesn't matter if the bells toll or Elizabeth Tower is renovated in time because we still have the biggest decision to make yet. If people don't want to leave and, it feels to me, the public mood is shifting, they don't have to. I don't believe we should ring in Brexit. It is the biggest act of economic self-harm in modern times." The comments from the leader of the Remain group come after the Cabinet Office Minister, David Lidington, announced that there were no arrangements for Big Ben to chime on the day the UK leaves the EU. When questioned by an SNP MP on the issue, he replied, "There are currently no arrangements for Big Ben to chime to mark the UK's departure from the EU." However, leading Brexiteer Jacob Rees-Mogg argued that despite the ongoing renovations on the London landmark, a chime on Brexit Day can be done and skewered Mr. Lidington for getting involved. He stated, "It obviously can be done as Big Ben is chiming on other important occasions while the works are going on. I think it is a matter for the Parliament authorities, not the government, so I am surprised that the Cabinet Office is involved." Big Ben stopped chiming on a regular basis back in August. Elizabeth Tower in Parliament is currently undergoing renovations as part of a 4-year plan that will cost more than £60 million. The London landmark started sounding again between December 23 and January 1. It provided those gathering on New Year's Eve a chance to bring in 2018 with the iconic bong. A House of Commons spokesman claimed that Big Ben would provide its iconic ring to important national events, but the EU departure date was not listed as one of them. They added, as previously announced, during refurbishment works Parliament's specialist clockmakers will ensure that Big Ben will still strike for important national events such as Remembrance Sunday and New Year's Eve. Meanwhile, Tory MP Andrew Bridgen claimed that it was completely wrong that concrete plans for the celebratory day were not in place. He explained, "I think it is completely wrong. The biggest democratic decision in this country being enacted is a cause for celebration. And to do that we need to have Big Ben ringing out our exit from the European Union and our reassertion of parliamentary sovereignty." Mr. Lidington revealed over the weekend that he believed the UK could rejoin the EU bloc within as little as 20 years. He told The Telegraph, "I think that the EU itself is going to change, and I think it is almost inevitable that the dynamic of the single currency is going to drive at least some of the current members of the EU towards much closer economic and, to a degree, political integration in the future. And I can't see the UK wanting to go back into that sort of arrangement. But we may be looking in a generation's time at an EU that is also configured differently from what it is today, and the exact nature of the relationship between the UK and that future system, whatever it turns out to be, of European cooperation is something that future parliaments, future generations, will have to consider. I don't think the EU in 20 years' time is going to look the same as the EU of today.